Today, I'm going to show you a complete beginner's guide of the Mac Mini. I'm going to show you some of my favorite tips, tricks, and hidden features allowing you to leave this video as a Mac Mini expert. Let's get started. We can see on the box here we've got an image of the Mac Mini. It says Mini and Mac on the sides, and then on the bottom it's got your tech specs and more. And these two paper pill strips to go ahead and open the box. I'm going to go ahead and rip these off and dive right in. You just pull them off to the right there, and it allows you to open the box. No more plastic on these, simply paper straps, and then you pull the top off just like that, and you're presented with the brand new Mac Mini. That thing is gorgeous. It looks just like the top cover there. This is by far the smallest computer Apple has ever made. The smallest Mac. You can see it's super tiny, and it's super gorgeous there. So we'll go ahead and dive in. We can lift this top up, and all that's in the box here is a power cable. So you've got the power cable, you've got the Design by Apple in California with some additional paperwork here inside, but this is a bring your own keyboard and mouse situation. So we are going to need this power strip. We can go ahead and undo that and take this power cable off right here. So you will need to have your own keyboard, your own mouse, and your own monitor, and your own HDMI cable. Those do not come with the Mac Mini. The Mac Mini is a standalone device. It's just the computer itself. And so yeah, let's take a look. We can see here it's got this paper across the sides of it. We can go ahead and peel it off just like that and unveil all the ports. So this thing has a ton of ports on it. On the front you've got two USB-C ports, one right here, one right there, and you've got your light. And then on this other side here you've got your power cable, your Ethernet, your HDMI port, and three more ports. So great for Thunderbolt. And Thunderbolt's really fast connection, so you've got tons of ports here that you can connect to and power up your Mac Mini with super power. Now this, of course, has the M4 chip, which is Apple's fastest chip they've ever created, the M4 series. So you can equip your Mac Mini with that and do all kinds of 3D rendering and music production and design work. It's super powerful. You can do, your large language models on it too. So there's so many things that you can do with this small device. It's almost like a big brother of the Apple TV. The Apple TV is really small, and this is about a bigger version of that. So it's a little smaller than the old Mac Mini, it's definitely smaller than the old Mac Mini. So you may be wondering, how do we power this up? So they did move the power button to the very bottom. That was a big deal. You can see here the power button is right here, so you'll need to connect it to power and plug it up. So you'll plug in the power cable that came with it just like that, and then you'll plug this other end into the wall. And then, of course, you will need to connect your accessories like your keyboard and your mouse. Or if you have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, you'll be able to pair those up when you first set it up. So some cool technology that we've got packed here. Let's go ahead and plug this up and see what it looks like to set up the Mac Mini for the very first time. All right, we're next to our monitor and where we will plug in our own keyboard and mouse. I'm going to give you a demo of how to set this up properly. So I've already plugged in the Mac Mini by putting the power cable in the left port here on the very left side, and I've plugged that into the wall. Next up, you'll need to find your HDMI cable. This is the cable that will allow you to plug up to your monitor or your television so you can see what you're doing on your Mac Mini. You'll take that HDMI cable and plug it up into the third port from the left into the back of the Mac Mini, just like that. So now we have the HDMI plugged in. This cable goes all the way into the back of the monitor, and it provides this signal to be able to view what's on the Mac Mini. And then this power cable gives it power. It's the power supply. So if you want, you can plug in Ethernet, which provides you internet through a hardwired connection if you have that available. And then for your USB ports, if you have any additional monitors or any additional USB drives or hard drives or accessories, you can plug them in. You've got Thunderbolt support right here on the back, But we can flip this around here, and we've also got two USB-C ports right here on the front that are very handy. It's really cool that we have this for the Mac Mini. So let's go ahead and power up this Mac Mini for the first time and take a look at what it looks like to set it up and what that entails to get set up with macOS. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the Mac Mini over, and on the bottom of it is the power button. In the top right, once you pick the Mac Mini up, you can press the power button once and it will come on. So press it once, it makes a noise, and this light comes on right here, and it starts to blink and lets us know that the computer is on. So we get our HDMI connection, the monitor turns on itself, and now it wants us to connect some peripherals to it. So it wants us to connect our mouse and our keyboard. Now if you have a hardwired keyboard, then you want to go ahead and plug those in right now. If you've got the Apple Magic Mouse or other ones, you can plug those in too. But it wants you to turn on the keyboard and mouse. So I do have a set of Apple wireless keyboards and trackpads here. I have gone ahead and plugged in wired connections because sometimes when they're dead, or if it's a new computer, you need to switch these switches on. If I can get a better picture of it right here, it's starting to blur out. But on the other end of the switch, on the opposite ends, if you look at the top of these, they have switches, and you can switch them on just like that. So hopefully you're able to see that. They've got a switch right here on the top and a switch right here on the top, and that should activate the wireless connection. But in this case, I believe this one's dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and manually plug them in. So I've got, oh, it looks like they connected. That's perfect. I'm still gonna manually plug them in. Let me see if I can use the mouse here. Yep, the mouse has wirelessly connected. So once you turn these on and you flip the switch on that is on the top of these right here, you can automatically wirelessly connect them. But I'm going to go ahead and plug them in just so they can stay charged.
Press the return key.
We've recently launched a brand new AppFind Store at appfind.store. And you can get access to some incredible products for your Apple devices. And we're going to take a minute to take a look at all of these incredible products. Starting off with the AirPods case. You carry around your AirPods 2 all the time, and you can use this lovely case here to protect it and to add some style and color to it. So we can go ahead and open it up here and put it on our AirPods just like this. So it comes open, and we can pull it out, and it's into two pieces here. So you've got the top piece, which covers the top part of the AirPods. You just slide it over like that, and it covers it just like that. Now I put it on backwards. I'm gonna flip it around. There we go. So that way you can still have the hinge open up just like that. And now we've got the bottom piece, and the best part about this case is it lets you see the color LED light. So when you charge it or when you turn it on, the light comes on right there, and it lets you see without covering it up, so you can see the charging status or the pairing status just like that. And of course it comes with this little ring here that you can connect to your keychain or other devices. So there you go. That is the AirPods case for AppFind, a really cool product that you can now get using the AppFind Store. You can scroll down below, or you can go to appfind.store and get it today. Next up, we've got two variations of an Apple Watch band. And if you've got an Apple Watch out there, you can get a stylish band here. I can go ahead and open up the band there. I'll go ahead and open up the second one here. So it's got a nice little component here. You pull it open, and you pull it down. And we've got two brand new bands that are now available in the AppFind Store for your Apple Watch. So you can bring your Apple Watch into play here, and all you have to do is disconnect them here and start. You've got them both kind of tied together in a way. So you can disconnect them both and then undo the band. And now we've got each Apple Watch band just like that. And now we can slide them on. So you may be wondering, how do you slide on an Apple Watch band? All you have to do is just slide it from the corner and slide it in. And just like that, we've slid in an Apple Watch band. Then we can take the other end and we can slide that in. And now we've got this brand new Apple Watch band attached to our Apple Watch. And here's another version of what it looks like. So you've got eye-popping colors here for your Apple Watch, your AirPods case, and then even better, we have them for the iPhone. So here we've got various cases for the iPhone. We've got the clear case, we've got a white case, a black case, and then even this blue, navy blue case color here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And the best part about this blue MagSafe case is the fact that it wirelessly charges using MagSafe. So I can go ahead and pull the case out. I can bring in my iPhone, and I can go ahead and pop the iPhone in just like that. And now we've got our case protected. It's got a cutout here for our power button, and a cutout for the volume up, volume down, and the action button. So if you're still rocking an iPhone 15 and not upgrading this year, you can go ahead and get this case now. And keep an eye on the AppFind Store for the iPhone 16 cases that have the cutout button for the camera control. So that is the case, and you can see here we've got several other case designs. We can go ahead and open those up one by one and check them out. So we've got a MagSafe one, 15. This is really cool, a black case here. We've got a white case. So we can go ahead and open this up. We've got all kinds of colors, so you can check it out on the AppFind.store and pick whichever color you like best. And here we've got a clear one. So I'll go ahead and open up the clear one for you. Clear one, you can see right through it there. And there we go. So those are the case options we have for iPhone. We've got this white one, we've got a clear one, we've got the black one, and then this blue one here. So that's an overview of all of our brand new products at the AppFind Store. You can get the Apple Watch band, the AirPods case, or the iPhone case at appfind.store today, and it's really going to be awesome. You'll be able to set it up on your new device and be protected and have a stylish way. So these are all the new products that we have from the AppFind Store, and we hope you enjoy them as much as we do. Here's a quick look at the AppFind Store. You go to appfind.store and you can use the promo code AppFind to get 15% off your order. You can see all of the products we just checked out, and you can purchase whichever ones you like the most. And don't forget to use that promo code AppFind for 15% off your order. I'm going to plug them in so they can stay charged up, because I did not have these active. They were in a drawer here, so I plugged them up just so they don't die. It doesn't take that long for them to charge, but now we've got our keyboard and our mouse plugged up. So now you may be wondering, how do you set up this computer successfully? So we've got this view here where it wants us to select the language. So you'll have to you'll select your language, and then you'll press the right arrow after you select which language you want. So we've got English selected right here. They've got various different languages here. And now it wants us to select the country or region. We'll select the United States. And now it wants us to set up accessibility. I am going to set up a vision accessibility. I'm not going to turn on voiceover. That voiceover will speak out things. It's a screen reader. It'll let you know what's on the screen. I'm going to turn on zoom. That way I can zoom into this holding down control and scrolling on the trackpad, and you can see this a lot better. So we've got zoom turned on. If you want to turn on zoom, you can do that. You just hold down control and use 2 fingers to scroll on the trackpad, or if you have a mouse, 2 fingers to scroll on that, or a scroll wheel. We'll hit continue. They've got hover text. They've got speak selection. It can speak your words. They've got pointer size. You can increase the cursor size of the pointer if you'd like. You can reduce transparency, improves the contrast by reducing transparency and blurs on certain backgrounds. And then let's hit continue. We can increase contrast. We can have a dark mode. I love dark mode, so I'm going to switch it over to dark mode. And then you can also have auto where it will switch between morning and nighttime. And then we'll hit continue. And you can reduce motion if you'd like to. We'll hit continue. So that was just vision. They've also got motors such as turning on the accessibility keyboard. You've got hearing. You can turn on closed captions. You can test the screen flash for alerts. And then you've got cognitive, such as the appearance with light, dark, and auto modes. You got speak selection, where you can speak what you select, which is pretty cool. You can get typing feedback. It'll speak out characters, words, and suggestions as you type. So all these cool features for cognitive. So that's accessibility. We'll go ahead and hit the continue button. Next up, it wants us to connect to Wi-Fi. So we will select our Wi-Fi network and we'll type in our Wi-Fi password and we'll press enter here. So really simple process right here. Wi-Fi allows us to connect to the internet. It's what allows us to browse the web, download apps, listen and stream our music, and do all kinds of things on the internet. Wi-Fi is wireless internet. So we can see here that it is connecting. I've typed in my wireless password and it is connecting and processing what it looks like to connect this device to the wireless network. So this takes some time here. Next up is the data and privacy. This pops up and lets us know when Apple is collecting data that they may be reviewing. Apple cares a lot about privacy, and the key here is when they're collecting data from you, this icon will show up of the two people right here. So anytime you see that icon is when Apple's asking to use your personal information. So that's a cool, software feature that they have inside of their operating systems. Anytime they collect information, that icon appears. We can press the continue button in the bottom right. If you have a previous Macintosh, you can transfer your old files from it. If you have another Mac or a Time Machine backup or a startup disk, you can transfer them. You can plug it up or you can go wirelessly. So really cool. You can also transfer from a Windows PC if you'd like. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. Or actually we'll hit not now because we're not transferring any data at the moment. So not now is in the lower left corner, and then if you want to transfer from one of these options, you can select them and then press the continue button and move on. So we'll say not now. Next up is signing in with your Apple ID or your Apple account, as they refer to it now. So you sign in using your Apple account and it allows you to use iCloud, the App Store, and other Apple services. For the purpose of this demo, I'm not going to log in with my Apple ID, but I highly recommend you setting up your Apple ID. If you don't have one, you can press this create new account button right here, or that link, and create an Apple ID. It's what houses all of your Apple products. So it's really cool how everything synchronizes together, and you can have all your Apple services under one account. So highly recommend that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set this up later. And I'll press set up later in the lower left to skip it. If you want to, you can type in your username or phone number, your email address to set up your Apple account, and then hit continue and enter your password. Now, when I hit skip or set up later, it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to do that? Because the Apple account is very important to the Apple computers. It's kind of what, it's not required, but it helps out with the ecosystem when you have an Apple account because everything works together with it. So it's used to automatically set up the App Store, iCloud, and Apple services. And they're like, are you sure you want to skip this? I'm going to go ahead and skip it for the purpose of this demo. But on my personal computers and work computers, I always have my Apple ID set up because everything syncs together across all of my Apple devices. So I'm going to go ahead and skip it for now. Next up are the terms and conditions. You've got terms and conditions for the macOS software license agreement and the hardware warranty that you get. So you'll need to agree to those in order to use this product. So we'll press the agree button in the bottom right corner, and then it says that I have read and agreed to the macOS software license agreement. So we'll press agree just like that. Next up, it wants us to set up a computer account. So we can go ahead, we can use the keyboard that we plugged up to it and say AppFind, and we can type in a password. I wonder, do we need a password? I want to see. Oops, I hit that by accident. I'm going to hit the agree in the lower right and then the agree in the main screen, and then I'm going to hit continue. So a password is required. So I'm going to type in a password, and then I'm going to hit continue. Alright, so I'm creating my computer account. You can also customize the image there. You can click on that image if you want and change it up, make it a different design or something. So they've got various different designs, but you create an account. If you create an Apple ID, your Apple ID can, if you enable it, you can change your password for your account with it, which is really cool. Next up is location services, so things like maps and spotlight suggestions can use your approximate location. You'll have to check off this box in order for the software to be able to see where you are, but if you're looking up things like dinner reservations or where to go, it's perfect if it already knows where you are. Then you can press the continue button in the bottom right to move forward. Next up is analytics. You can share Mac analytics with Apple. You can share crash and usage data with developers. These are not required. You can uncheck this if you want. But I recommend it. It helps them improve the technologies. So I go ahead and share those analytics and then press the continue button in the bottom right. Next up is screen time. You can get a weekly report with insights about your screen time and set up limits for apps, websites, and things that you want to manage. Adults can also use parent controls for a child's device. So you've got weekly reports, downtime and app limits, content and privacy restrictions, and a screen time passcode. So we can go ahead and press continue to set that up. Next up is Apple Intelligence, where you get a brand new set of features such as writing and summarization for your notifications, your mail and messages. And then Siri is a lot more smarter, it's natural, contextually relevant, and personal to you, and of course built with privacy in mind. So we'll go ahead and press the continue button in the bottom right for Apple Intelligence, a really cool feature that they've got in beta. Now I plugged up a keyboard that has Touch ID. So if you have a keyboard in the top right here, I've got Touch ID where I can unlock the Mac Mini. Now in order to set this up, you have to double press the power button. So you have to flip the Mac Mini over, double press the power button, and now I can place my finger onto the Touch ID and use this to unlock the Mac Mini. So a really cool feature that they've created. You just place your finger on the sensor over and over. You get the edges. You place it multiple times, and it takes captures. And now my fingerprint is ready. So now I can unlock this Mac with my fingerprint. I can go ahead and hit continue, and welcome to Mac. You're good to go there. We've completed the setup successfully, and we can go ahead and press the continue button at the bottom, and we are presented with our desktop on macOS, and just like that, we have set up our Mac Mini for the very first time. Today we're going to be checking out Surfshark for our lovely promotion where you can get an incredible VPN for about $2.19 for their 24-month promotion. I'm going to go ahead and download this onto our phone and show you the setup process, but you can use the QR code on screen to take advantage of this deal and get access to Surfshark's virtual private network. You can secure your online browsing. It uses protection and hides your IP address, and you can get all kinds of great features to make sure that you stay secure when you're using the internet. And you can go to appfind.org/Surfshark or use the QR code on screen to take advantage of the deal that we have, the promotion that allows you to get Surfshark for 24 months at just $2.19. So let's go ahead. This app is almost downloaded, and I'll show you what it's like to set it up on your brand new iPhone. So this is definitely one of the first things I do when I get my new iPhone. I log in, I set up my virtual private network so I stay secure, whether I'm browsing at home on Wi-Fi or whether I'm on the go on someone else's Wi-Fi network or on 5G. When I have Surfshark enabled, I'm safe and it's fast and it's reliable. So I'm going to go ahead and open this application up. After you've clicked the link in the chat or in the description below, the Surfshark, the appfind.org/Surfshark, or you scan the QR code on the screen and sign up, you'll be able to download the app onto your phone. And then here it's got two options. It's to create an account or log in. You would have most likely already created an account when you've redeemed the promotion on the QR code or on the link in the description. So you would hit the login button and it asks you to continue with Google, Apple, or your username and password that you set up originally. After you have successfully logged in, this is what it will look like on your screen on your brand new iPhone 16. Now you may be wondering, what do you do? So what it's recommending is you to connect to a virtual private network in a certain location. Now your IP address can be from almost anywhere around the world that they have service. You can scroll down and it looks like I tapped on one. I tapped on one and it instantly opens it up and tells me more about that. So I highly recommend picking something that's local or nearby, because what will happen is when you're using your virtual private network, websites will kind of detect your location, and if it detects that you're very far away from where you actually live, sometimes it may not let you log in, or it may block you because you wouldn't want someone logging into your account that's not actually you. So sometimes it can be very challenging to get around certain things like that. One of my favorite features is the multi-hop. This way you can have secure connections from multiple directions, and I can scroll down, I can select something like we've got United States and Canada, United States, New York, and Canada, Toronto. We can tap on the multi-hop and it will need permission in order for us to get started with the VPN. So let's go ahead and authorize the Surfshark and get permission. We'll hit the continue button at the very bottom, and now it's going to ask us, Surfshark would like to add VPN configurations. Since we do want our VPN to be connected, we'll press this allow button right here, and then it will take us to our settings where we'll have to enter our passcode. So I'm going to enter our passcode off camera here just to stay secure, and then it will take us back to the app and it will start connecting. And I'm going to hide my IP address at the top right here, but this is what it looks like. In the top right, your IP address pops up, and then it says connected and safe, and then it shows you your connection time. And then at the very bottom, you can see in the bottom left here, you've got the country that you're connected with, US, New York, and then you've got it via Toronto, Canada. So then you can press disconnect at the very bottom. You can pause it on the right. I'm going to swipe down so my IP address goes away. So you can always disconnect at the very bottom. You can pause it right here, or you can scroll and search for another location that you want. So you've got multiple locations here at the top, and you can select whichever location that you want to connect through to keep your data secure. So this is Surfshark, and it's our lovely promotion that we've got going on right now. You can scan the code on the screen, or you can go to appfind.org/Surfshark to take advantage of our incredible offer. And I hope you enjoyed the virtual private network and it keeps you secure. This is one of my favorite products that I use every single day to stay secure on the internet. So you just got your Mac Mini, and you're probably wondering what are some things to do on it. Before you get started, I highly recommend clicking on the settings button in the lower right of the dock, and then heading over to General and Software Update, and making sure that you're on the latest software. So I'm going to go through that workflow again. You can press Command Q to quit an application, so I just quit the settings. So in the dock, there is the system settings. You press system settings once, and it opens up the application, and now it's automatically on General. So you'll go from General and then scroll over to Software Update. So you'll click on Software Update, and then you'll see here that there are options for software updates. macOS Sequoia 15.2. So I highly recommend, before you get started installing things, to install the latest update available on your macOS operating system. Really cool that you can be up to date. They can ship out updates for security, they can ship out updates for new features, but it's really important to be on the latest software so you can stay secure and have all of the latest features. Next up, I'll give you a little tour of macOS. In the very bottom is your dock. This is where your most frequently used applications or applications that are currently open on your computer live. If you open an application such as Safari, which is what allows you to surf on the internet, you can go ahead and click on Safari, and a little dot appears in the bottom right, letting you know that this application is open right there. So if there's a dot underneath, it lets you know the application is open. Now, to close this application, you can do it in multiple ways. You can click in your menu bar at the very top of the name of the application. You can click on that, and then there's going to be a quit button at the very bottom of every menu bar section with the name of the application. You just press the quit button and it X's out the application just like that. We previously showed you if you had an application open, you can press Command Q on your keyboard and that quits it too. You can also right click by pressing 2 fingers down onto your trackpad, or 2 fingers on your magic mouse, or right clicking on a mouse, and that will bring up this new menu on the dock. So if you right click on the icon that's in the dock, you can quit it just like that. So that's how you exit out of application. Another cool thing in macOS is that there are new features where you can drag to resize windows. So just like that, I drag this window to the left side and it resized it. I can drag this window to the right side and it resizes it. So there's multiple different ways you can resize windows. You can make it big, and I think this is really cool that they've embedded this directly into the operating system after years of Windows having it. Windows has had this for a long time, so really cool features that they've done. You can also adjust these features by clicking the window button in the top and then heading down to move and resize. So you can see here are all the options. You have a left, right, top, bottom, a quarter options, and then a range left, right. So really cool software settings that they have right here built into macOS. There's also a section in macOS called full screen. This little green button in the top left right here is what allows you to enter what's called full screen. You press it once and it takes the entire application into full screen. And then when you're on a trackpad, you can do 4 fingers up. You can take that trackpad, and it's actually 3 fingers, 3 or 4 fingers. You can do that and it shows you where these applications are. So Safari has its own window, and then we can head over back to the desktop. Then we can use 3 fingers to swipe back over to our window just like that. So really cool that you can have multiple windows and multiple desktops. You just do 3 fingers up, you move your trackpad to the top, and if you want to add a new one, you just go over here and you press this plus button right here. And you've got a new, now I've got 2 desktops at the top in Safari. You can also have side-by-side windows. So say we want to open up something like the calendar, and we want to put this in full screen, we can go ahead and do 3 fingers up, we can drag this to the top, and you'll see that you can drag it on the left side or the right side. We'll keep it on the right, and now we have calendar on the right of this full screen and Safari on the left of this full screen. And we can use either of these apps as if they're right next to each other, and you can readjust the size of them just like that. So the multitasking options in macOS is very powerful. Another version of multitasking they have is what's called Stage Manager, which is inside of the Control Center. So you may be wondering, how do you get access to the Control Center? Well, in the top right is where all of your menu icons are. By default, you have the date. You've got this button, which is the Control Center. You've got Spotlight, which opens up this little search portal, which allows you to search for apps or anything. And then you've got the internet for Wi-Fi. But we're going to check out the Control Center and then press this button called Stage Manager right here in the top right. When we turn on Stage Manager, it's going to allow us to modify the way multitasking works. With Stage Manager, you can create your ideal workspace and multitask with ease. Resize app windows and multiple overlapping windows with a single view and quickly switch between apps. So we'll press this blue button that says Turn on Stage Manager, and now all of our apps will live in the sidebar on the side right here. So if we open up Safari and we take them out of full screen, and then if we also do 3 fingers up and click on Calendar and then press this green button to take it out of full screen, now if we go to the sidebar, we'll see that our other applications are right here. So here's Calendar, and then Safari's on the other desktop. So I'm going to drag Calendar, I'm going to move it to desktop 1. So they're all on the same desktop, and now I can switch between Safari and Calendar just like that in Stage Manager. It works even better when you have various apps, so we can open up Notes, and you'll see they all appear right here on the right side of the screen, and that you can swap between them just like this. So really cool. Reminders, we like to use location, that's fine. You can get reminded when you arrive somewhere. So now I can swap between all my multitasking windows just like this inside of Stage Manager. Now Stage Manager is not required. You can always go back up to the very top here and turn off Stage Manager by clicking on the Control Center icon and then pressing the button off. And now all of your windows, if you do 3 fingers up, live on the desktop and you have to manually switch between them. So really cool features that they've got built right here into macOS that you can check out. So far we've checked out the dock, We've checked out the menu bar and we've checked out the menu app icons. You can always do, you can click over here on the time and get access to your control center and your widgets. You can even bring widgets over to the desktop if you drag them over. They'll live right here on the desktop. You can do a 5-finger spread and it will immediately on your trackpad bring to you your desktop and you can take a look at it. And then if you do a 5-finger inwards on your trackpad, your windows come back together. So really cool software that they've got right here built into the Mac Mini. One of my favorite operating systems that we can check out. And this is just a beginner's guide to where you can get started with using your Mac Mini. You know that Safari is meant for web browsing. You can tie your iPhone and iMessage and text messages into it. You've got Mail for your calendar, or your calendar's right here for the date, and then you've got Mail for your email. Maps, photos, FaceTime, contacts, reminders, notes, Freeform for drawing like a whiteboard, Apple TV for entertainment, Apple Music for more entertainment, Apple News, Keynote for presentations, Numbers for spreadsheets, Pages for word processing, App Store for new apps, and settings. You can also do what's called the Launchpad right here, where you can press this Launchpad button once and all of your apps pop up, and you can scroll with the trackpad from left to right to see all of your applications and play around with it. If you're not subscribed to our newsletter, go to appfind.ai to subscribe to our newsletter where you can get the latest complete beginner guides every week in your inbox. You'll get tutorials straight from, including these videos that we make on future technology guides, and written tutorials on how to access these consumer electronic products and apps, and it's really neat. So go to appfind.ai to sign up today, and you can use the AppFind Complete Beginner's Guide strategies in your email inbox to get the latest technology, apps, software, and AI tools and products. So this is a complete beginner's guide to the Mac Mini M4 and how you get started. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Let us know what your favorite Mac Mini M4 feature is in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, smash that like button, give us some love, and we can't wait to produce the next technology video for you. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.